folks, Sam Owens here, and I've got a little product here that I'm sure is going to be a real hit with a lot of folks. It's a portable clothes dryer to be used in those places where you just don't have a wash machine and dryer. This does not wash your clothes, but it will dry them. Let's open her up and see what you get. It's a small space for one thing that it stores, and the package weighs about 5 pounds, pretty close to that. And it has some framework, obviously, to support the clothes dryer. There's 2 metal plates here that fold out, and I'll show that. You get a motor. This is 600 watts. And this is what's going to give heated air inside the dryer, and it's 110. And this part right here is unique in that if there's moisture dripping out of the wet clothes that you put in, which should be as dry as possible in the first place from washing, water that drops down will not go into the motor. It hits this plate. So that's a little protection right there. First thing I'm going to do is open up the bag. This is it, how it folds out. And I'm going to show you the front of it. Okay, just like this. This is the bottom, and this is the top. Notice there's just a small hole here with 4 little holes for air to flow out of. And here's where the motor is going to fit, is down at the bottom. And if you'll notice, you've got a zipper. It's a 2-pull zipper. These 2 straps, or plates right here. And they fold up like this for storage, both of them, and fit in the top of the little storage case. Now, the way this works is this is what hangs your clothes right here. So this obviously is going to be an identifier for the top one. Okay, you flip this over and you flip this over like that. And this is the supporting strap right here. And if you'll notice, the way it goes is this is the front and this is the back. So when you put it in there, you put it in like that in the top area. You take this in this position, pop her up in here, in there, and then on the top, you pull the strap up through there. Now this is a dual purpose hanging bag in that if you have a peg or a hanging device or a hook on the wall already, you can just hang it there. But there's also a device that is going to be an over-the-door hanger, and I left it on the door in the hallway in my demonstration that you'll see later. Okay, this is called an over-the-door hanger, and this goes over any kind of door, bifold, whatever. And you can, once you hang it someplace. And then we have the motor that has to go in the bottom in this area right here. And here is the plate that is going to support that motor. And it also folds out like this and like this. And if you'll notice, there's some tabs right here in the center. And you want it like this and not like this. This would be wrong, putting it in that. You want it like this with the hinge part down. Also, if you'll notice, the motor has some controls right here, touch controls. Now, when you put this in, this is the front, and you want this with the controls to the front. You could get it wrong and get it like this if you don't put this part in correctly. So look at these grooves right here. These are what's going to fit into those grooves on either side. And if you'll notice, this is a closer distance than back here. So you want those tabs like this, with these front tabs like that, and it will fit right in there like that. And the controls will be in the front. So what we'll do is just put this in here like this and go hang it in the hallway. So I'm in our hallway, which is a good area open and to demonstrate this. And I have bifold doors here. I'm going to hang this over the bifold door like that. And I have everything correct there. And I have the plate in the bottom. You see, it's gonna work better if you put this in first and do that. And then we put the motor in. So I put my cable through here. And I'll guide it through and then line up the tabs in there. Now you would hang your clothes in here on the little hook arrangement. There's 3 items in here, some shorts, a sweatshirt, a light duty sweatshirt, and a pair of jeans. And I'm gonna zip it up. And I like to zip it like this and like this. It's better than trying to go all the way. And right down here is the control unit. I'm going to press the power button, which is on the left, and it comes on as a default to 120 minutes. Jeans probably will take at least 120 minutes. Okay, folks, I've actually had 120 minutes plus another 60 minutes. So actually I've got about 3 hours, and what we have is still going, but I'd say about 95% dry. There's a couple of little damp spots, but for all practical purposes, it took 3 hours to dry these 3 items. So let me turn this off. And when you turn it off, it will still blow because there's heat still built up. Now, one thing I noticed is when the heat, when they're first starting to dry, you feel real strong heat down here, and then you don't feel it up here until later. As it's drying, the heat, you feel it more and more up the top as it's drying because it's evaporating all the moisture. So let's see what we got here. Okay. This is really nice and dry. It's kind of a cotton pair of Levi's jeans. And there's a couple of damp spots, but it's acceptable. And a pair of shorts, and these are kind of cotton-like, and they are around the band, I feel, just the slightest little bit. But pretty much, I would say it did a good job, but it took 3 hours to dry this amount. So that's not bad. It's a nice little system, and it's convenient. I want to thank you very much for watching my video.